Gunpowder residue.
What's up, YouTube? It's Hoover29, aka
Gunpowder residue.
and today I have a special review for you guys. You are looking at the Holosun 503G. This is a red dot that if you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably seen me take a few pictures of it a few weeks ago. But today I have an open box review for you guys so we can get right into it. Before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's followed me since my last shout out video. I can't remember how long ago that was, but these are the names of the people that's followed me, and I just want to say I definitely appreciate it. So here we go. FC Boehner Andre 2206, Kevin Watson, JC's World. Y'all go follow JC. He's a cool guy. Ogun Dare, Manuel Jose Conde Lama, Terry J, Barry T Ramsey, Jennifer Moore, Rashid Shannon, Philip Surfer, Forrest Strand, Don Owens, Geometric Morris, Sean Irwin, Cool Things 1120, LP 58, Leanne, DZ Prophet, Greg M, Viking 662, I'm sorry, Andre Lacey, No Sean Knows, Andy Borjas, Jethro 3, The Sarah Newsom, Wes Berkeley, and as of 3 days ago, 84 C Man. So guys, I just want to say thank you, and I definitely appreciate you guys following me. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the subscriptions. Again, this channel wouldn't be floating without you guys. I definitely appreciate the support. So now that that is out of the way, on to the main event. Again, we are looking at the Holosun 503G, and I've had this red dot for a few weeks now. One of my coworkers from work let me borrow it. Thank you very much. Thank you, by the way. He is a follower, and it's a pretty addicting sight. Once I got it on my gun, I kind of fell in love with it. So we'll see if I can acquire one myself one day or something similar to it. All right, so here we go. This is just an open box review. Not going to get into too much detail, but everything you see here, you can expect if you happen to purchase one on your own. First off, let's talk about the back of the box, which I like. I'll just fumble everything around over here. This is what the reticle looks like when you're looking through it for close range, pretty much close quarters combat. That's what the reticle looks like on the left there. And when you stretch it out over, I guess, 600 yards or something like that, or a little higher, I guess, this is the reticle you use for the right side. So basically, you're not going to have the ring. This ring here is for shotguns, the shotgun pattern. We'll kind of get into that a little while later. And I'm not going to go too in-depth because this is more or less just open box. But you can see the calibers here. I don't know if you guys can see that closely. But those are the calibers in which this red dot supports, where you can aim it and zero in. And that's pretty much the reticle pattern for close quarters combat and long range. So it's pretty cool. And I do have a little details to get about those, to talk about those actual patterns when we get to it. So the box, you have a nice, kind of somewhat fancy plastic box. I like it. Got the Holosun insignia on the front. Typical plastic box. Real cool. I like that. I've had a couple red dots that I've tinkered with, and you know, it just comes with, you know, piece of cardboard or some kind of styrofoam, you know, not an actual box. So here you have the typical wipes, you know, your instruction booklets, everything such as that. So that's pretty much going to be standard with any kind of red dot that you get or anything like that. And I might get into this instruction booklet, just kind of show you guys some of the features. But here is the main event. Here is the red dot, of course. I'll just take everything out one by one, starting with the main thing, the red dot. Well, I guess I'll just set that to the side because we can just talk about some minor stuff here. Here's an Allen key. Everybody knows that's handy for a red dot, because if you want to put it on your rail anywhere in your gun, you're going to need that to unloosen these actual little bolts right here, or screws rather. And basically this is a riser, or it has a riser on it, I should say. But some videos, or if you see the pictures that I posted earlier on Instagram, I have this low riser on it just because I don't really like the high riser. I wanted to make it co-witness as much as possible. So that's the pictures you guys see on there. So basically you have your essential tools that comes with the red dot. pretty sturdy. I like it. Pretty small, not heavy at all. You got your battery cap here, and this battery cap is lined. And excuse me, guys, I don't know if my light is picking up properly, but I'll try the best I can. This battery here is lined with a seal, so if you get it wet, you know, it's not going to completely just crap out on you because it's water resistant, I would like to say. And you have your typical side and elevation caps here. One thing I like about that, which the first red dot that I bought, it didn't have one of these, but if you look very closely, you can see a notch on the top of that cap right there, and that's pretty much to put inside of the turret, so you can turn it back and forth and zero your sight in. So that's pretty cool. Some red dots don't have that feature. So, and it has it on both caps. Obviously with this one here, you would just use a nickel or some kind of coin to get that open. On top, you have your you have your brightness settings for intensity, and you can increase it obviously with the positive sign, decrease it with the negative sign. And what else do we have here? I want to get to these caps. These caps here are good, you know, the standard caps or whatever you will see on a red dot. But the only thing I hate about this particular red dot that didn't really come as an added feature was that they didn't have the flip up sights. Now, I haven't checked the website yet to see if they offer flip up sights, but if they do, it's more or less something that I would prefer. I'm not really too fond of these caps because every time I found myself using it, I always had to make sure that I kept up with this rubber cap. While it does its job, it's not exactly convenient. So if you guys purchase this thing, just watch out for that. And if you guys are interested in taking off this high riser, this Allen here, you just stick this Allen right here. I don't know if you guys see those screws shining, but you just take those bolts off. You have 4 of them, well, screws rather. Undo those right there. It'll come right off. You're gonna get a little low riser, you put that on. So roughly you'll just be working with that opposed in the whole thing. So let's see, can we turn this thing on and look at some of the reticles here, if I can possibly get that on camera. Let's see, where are we? Okay, that's really bright, but you guys can see that's a really cool reticle. If I can get you guys focused, turn it down just a little bit. All right, there we go right there. And I don't really know how close that is, or will my camera even focus on that, but we're gonna do the best we can. Okay, there's a little focus. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of doing this on the fly here. I don't think my camera wants to exactly cooperate with the focus. Now you can see one of the main things that you probably noticed is that the sight on the inside isn't exactly as big as the one you see over here. That was one of the kind of downfalls that I found about this red dot, because when you buy it, you look at it, you see this here, and you say, oh my God, dude, that thing's gonna be beautiful, it's gonna be perfect. And while it is perfect, you know, it's what you see here, but let me put it, yeah, maybe a black background, that may work a little better. But what you see here in the actual red dot isn't exactly as big and vibrant. I mean, it's vibrant, I shouldn't say that. It's vibrant, it's very vibrant, but it's not exactly as close and intimate as you see here on the box. So one thing I noticed when I was doing this in here in the house, even before I took it out to shoot it, it doesn't really show up as well. And I have astigmatism, so I can't exactly see, you know, the actual dots and the, you know, reticles and everything on there like you see on the back of the box. But when you take this bad boy outside and get it in natural daylight, you can really see the more detail of that red dot in there. Like right now, you know, it's kind of blurry, you can't really see it, and I'm sure that more or less has a lot to do with my camera. But once you take this thing outside, guys, it increases a pretty good bit. And again, I would like to say that I do have astigmatism, so some of you guys may get this and you guys may see this almost, you know, clearly as you see it inside the on the back of here. You may see it inside the scope, or red dot rather, as you see it. But for me, I can't exactly make out the dots at the bottom. So, but like I said, all in all, very cool red dot. I enjoy it. It has a lot of great features on it. And speaking of features, I'm going to run through just a few of those real quick. Like you said, not going to get too much into detail. Just want to kind of rat off some of the features here. Here's your basic instruction booklet telling you everything you know about it or whatnot. But basically, first of all, one thing that I really did like about this particular red dot is that it has a 10,000 hour battery life. I don't know if you guys seen some of the videos that I use on my AK. when I film my red dot with that, but the battery life is pretty much horrible. If you leave that thing on overnight, the next time you pick it up, I guarantee you that thing's going to be dead. So this one has a 10,000 hour battery life, and it also has a feature that, I don't know if we're still on here. Yeah, we are. No, we're still on. Yeah. It also has a feature here. If I set this down and left it there for, I think it's maybe, I forget how many hours it is. It says it in here somewhere. But I think it's maybe 8 hours or so. Not too long, maybe, and I don't know if it has an adjustment, but I think it may be 8 hours. But basically, if you sit this down and leave it here, it'll automatically shut off if it doesn't detect any movement. And once you pick it back up, it'll automatically turn back on within a certain time frame. And I don't know if it's 8 hours or 8 minutes. I would doubt it's 8 minutes, but that's really one cool feature that I definitely like about it, because that protects your battery. It doesn't allow you to just come back to your red dot and have it pretty much dead the whole time. So that's one cool thing about it. Another cool thing about it, like I said, was the ring around the battery here, the little seal around the battery. And again, I apologize for the kind of bad lighting here. My lighting is kind of suck, but I'm gonna do the best we can. I know you guys, know what I'm working with here, so I definitely appreciate your patience. And this has 12 setting. I think a 12 setting brightness. Let me see, are we still on? Yeah. I think it has like a 12 setting brightness, with maybe that being your lowest, or maybe off actually. And you guys can see that thing gets pretty intense in there, like very intense. See, I didn't even know it did all that. I never turned it up that high. But as you can see, that's a powerful sucker. And you can't exactly make it out, just because it's so bright. But when you get to that right there, you can kind of start to see more or less the actual reticle that they have in there. And like I said, this thing is very, very cool. And let me see, I think it's one setting how you get it just to the normal dot on top. Oh yeah, and also there we go right there. And again, guys, this is this one you see here, this is for the more longer range. And that's what you're looking at here. And you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about, but I don't want to steal the justice of it, because it is actual a chevron in there that you're looking at. But of course, with the camera and it not being up to your real natural eye, it's going to just come across as a red dot. But in there, it is indeed a chevron that you pretty much see back there on the back of the box. And again, that's kind of one of the things I'm talking about, beginning earlier. This is what you're looking at. But if you don't have the best eyes in the world, then, you're going to kind of just see a dot. You're not going to really be able to make out the whole description of the actual dot. And also, if the battery gets low on this thing, you'll see the reticle start to blink. Of course, we have full battery life here, so it's not going to start blinking. I'm going to turn it back to the normal mode there. But yeah, everything can start blinking, so it lets you know that it has a low battery, and you can go about trying to replace that. And I think this takes the standard CR 2032 battery, and you just pop one of those in. Those are pretty common, and you can just do what you want to with it and keep it going, keep it rocking, basically. But I really enjoyed this thing. It's going to kind of suck of me letting it go, because the few times I've taken this out to the range, I've absolutely enjoyed it. This thing is beautiful. It's fun to shoot, very addictive, and it's on. Now, I haven't put it on all my guns. I just tested it out on my Scorpion Evo, but I enjoyed it. It's going to be hard to let go. I'm definitely going to have to get something now, because me going back to my Scorpion Evo naked the way it is going to be quite a change, after using this thing for a couple times out. So I definitely thank you guys for joining me. I hope you found something informative from this video, besides bad camera work and bad lighting, I guess. I hope you guys really got something from this video. Again, this is a great red dot. My warnings that I can give to you guys again: if you have astigmatism, you may just want to go to normal red dot, in my opinion. Again, if you take this thing outside, it gets a lot better. It's not blurry like you see here. Don't judge what you see. I'm just doing this right here just to show you guys the reticle. If you guys take this thing outside, it's a lot more crisp. And if you have a great eyesight, or great vision rather, it'll more or less be like you see here on the back of the box. Maybe just not as big, of course. Obviously, it's not going to cover up the whole screen, but you can kind of see the detail what they're working with. So that's that. And again, guys, I definitely appreciate it. Definitely thank you guys for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you guys share this video. If you think about purchasing a Holosun, just hit me up on YouTube, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Instagram, ask me any questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And I'm sure I left off a lot of features. As you guys can see, this instruction booklet has tons of different, little features, knickknacks this thing is good for. So if you really want to find anything about it, just look it up yourself. I'm sure you can go to Holosun's website, Primary Arms, and they'll tell you all you need to know. But as of right now, I am out, and I definitely want to say thank you for watching. Again, I definitely appreciate it, guys. All right, talk to you later. See you.
Gunpowder residue.